of the week. Presenting the world premiere of an original motion picture produced especially for ABC.
Alright, so on YouTube, it's going to be Donnie coming to you from a South Japan Pinku style podcast. If you guys have been following me for the last three weeks or so, you've been seeing a lot of Alivehoon information, videos, and things coming up. And I have one of the most, everybody on the video, crew and staff and everything, movie staff is important, but this is one of the most important guys right here. I have Koshi Kiyokawa. I say that correct?
Yes.
All right, so Koshi Kiyokawa, I'll bring up I'll put his IMDb into the, and I'll bring it up here in a second. So you guys can go there and check him out. Check all the movies he's been involved with. I'll put that into the description so you can read more about him on that aspect for other movies. And it's been a very cool last 3 weeks, kind of being involved with the movie and talking to Koshi on the privately and things like that. So again, Koshi, thank you for stopping in today. And how's everything going? Where are you currently located at right now? Because I know you move around a lot.
Thank you for first for the. I appreciate it. You invite me for, and we have a time to talk about Alivehoon. And thank you so much. And my name is Koshi Kiyokawa, and call me the Kiyo. Is everyone? Kiyo is a cameraman name. Is it's easier for you to call me.
Kiyo.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Call me Kiyo. Yes.
And then, so the biggest thing is it's hard, as Japanese. Some people is like hard to tell how. So how old are you, Kyo?
Is age? Yes.
Yeah, age.
It's a little bit secret, but
okay. No problem.
50. Yes.
50. No, you look about maybe you look about 30s, man. So my wife's Japanese, and
yes,
so that's the one thing is Japanese. It's hard to tell age and everything. So 50 means you've been involved. 50. So. The biggest thing I get into, like for people who just seeing you for the first time, meeting you for the first time, like how did you get into cinematography, and like how did you get into filmmaking?
It's a little story. Yes, yes. And at first, when I was a high school student, and I played baseball.
Okay.
For a long time, for 10 years, 15 years, and I found I couldn't play the baseball player because I'm very short, and that is why that time I watched one commercial in Japan, JR Express and Christmas Express, for the very famous commercial, and that commercial make me to be a commercial planner, and I decided to go to the Tokyo to enter the university, major in there, making a commercial. But finally I get in the cinematography course, because the cameraman course.
Gotcha.
And that time I have never touched the camera. In 18 years ago. Yes, yeah, and I started learning for the operate camera, photography, and I decide to be the cinematographer. Yes.
Yeah.
And, I graduate for the university, and I would like to go to the U.S. film industry. That is why I decided to go to the at first Canada to learn this English. I started my career as a camera assistant in Vancouver. Yes, and about a few years have passed, and I decided a little bit hard to. I can get the job for the art camera assistant, but a little bit hard to be cinematographer. That is why I decide to go back to Japan to make a more career in Japan, and 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 3 years I start to be cameraman in Japan, and from the for music video commercial, and I have passed for 10 years as camera cinematographer, and I decide to go to the New York 2013 with my family, and I have 2 daughters. Yes, and just now for back and forth between New York, LA, Tokyo.
A lot of flying.
Yes.
Yeah.
It depends on the next project.
Yeah. If you've been watching Pinku Style for a bunch on YouTube, you know I've been in Japan for about 16 years. One of the most challenging things when you come to a foreign country is getting control somehow on a local language. That way you can communicate effectively, make more money, do business, and all that stuff like that. When you go to a Japanese speaker Japanese, you don't read the book. You speak to a person face to face. It's going to be Japan Language Factory, JLF. Run by Terumi Kai. I've been partnered with Terumi Kai for about now 2 months. If you want to go ahead and learn Japanese, definitely get over to JapanLanguageFactory.com. Check out the site, see what they got to offer. You'll get a free consultation when you sign up, and after that, you can kind of determine your program and things like that. If the programming course is 2 months, and what you're going to do is you're going to learn how to effectively communicate using the things that you like to do. For example, if you're into cars, they can talk about cars. If you're into bowling, they can talk about bowling and center your lessons around stuff that you're interested in versus trying to learn about, let's say, banking if you're not into banking. Right? So there's about 2,000 Japanese letters. There's over 500,000 Japanese words and phrases. And if you try to learn all of them at the same time, you're going to spin your wheels. And at the same time, you guys know out there kids, when kids grow up, they speak Japanese. They don't go to school. They just speak Japanese naturally from what they hear. So it is possible for us out there to learn different phrases, learn Japanese properly, and apply yourselves in a fashion that you're actually going to learn Japanese the way you want to learn Japanese. So again, that's going to be JLF. Check them out. You're going to enter code Pinku Style JLF. That's again Pinku Style JLF when you sign up, and that will help out the podcast, and that will actually get you learning Japanese quicker. So again, check out JapanLanguageFactor.com. Terumi Kai, and you guys will be learning Japanese in no time. Peace.
Yes.
So with the because that's one thing we talked about when we had a conversation, the first conversation, and I think you were just I'm not sure we could say the player's name, but I know you were doing something in Seattle, and there was a project you were working on. You were you were in California, I believe, and then you were going to go up to Seattle and things like that. And so like with that, like who do you have a certain airline that you use a lot, or you just use whatever airline is available for flying?
Yes, I favorite JAL.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have to bring equipment in the not each time, but there sometimes, and the camera lens, and I will bring for some equipment. That is why JAL is we can get the discount. Yeah, that is why very important for me for
and then also like with the JAL is you know I hate to be honest, but like a lot of the carriers in different airports, sometimes they don't handle luggage. They like throw it around, and I know the camera lenses are very expensive and the equipment is very expensive, so you don't want to leave show up in Japan and your camera is in Seattle or something like that. So yeah, it would be really bad. But yeah, so and then with the video, one thing I want to talk about like a little bit later after we talk about Alivehoon, because I definitely want to promote that, because that's Alivehoon is your most recent long length film project.
Oh, is it longest you said?
Currently, like your most recent current one.
Oh yes. So is before after that I shoot for a few feature film. Okay. LA and New York, but yes, shown the recent work that is for feature film. Is a commercial music video for is coming.
Oh, okay.
I go to Seattle for the I can say it's a super dry Asahi super dry commercial. But yes, and I shoot music video for the Snowman last week.
So always music video, and then film is always very busy. So it's it's busy, and I guess like I say, you're always I think one of your first posts I seen was you had just got to California, and I think you say you were there for maybe 1 hour, then Johnny to apartment, and then back
Yes.
to airport. So
Mhm.
it's then your family is still in Japan. That show.
Yes.
Okay.
And at first, 2013,
Mm.
I decided to go to the New York with
Mm.
my family, and my daughter's 5 and 1 years old.
Hi, hi.
And my wife was gaffer.
Mm.
Gaffer mean for the lighting
Mm.
technician
So good,
in
so
the
good.
film industry.
Mm.
And I met her on the stage,
Mm.
and she understand my dream to make a feature film in the US.
Ah.
Yeah, that is why. And we decide to the New York
Mm.
2013. And but it's a little bit hard for my older daughter. Suddenly,
Hi.
she have to go to the public school in
Hi.
the close to the apartment.
Mm.
And every morning when bring a yellow bus in front of the yellow bus, she cry
Hi.
every day for for 3 months.
Yeah.
After 3 months, in the she uh, change the mind to
Mm.
enjoy going to school. Yes, but the at first is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
It,
change the
yeah,
side.
I understand that. And then, like, for
Mhm.
me, I have 5 kids, and my oldest is 6.
Yeah.
So when I was military, I didn't have wife, no kids, so I was in
Mm.
Iraq three times, and I didn't have to think about family because it was just a single person. But now, I
Mm.
can't imagine leaving for 9 months to go to Iraq, and
Mm.
family is there. So even when I go to Osaka or
Okay.
Yokohama just for 3 days, 2 days, already
Mm.
I miss family. So I imagine with your job, unfortunately you have to travel, and it's good that your wife understands. So it's very, very important to have understanding wife, because if not, it's going to be life hard for us.
Mm.
So it's very good there. So moving along a little bit with Alivehoon again, I have the IMDb, which we talked and you said like Japanese are not really. I know they have a lot of movie review sites here in Japan, but I am IMDb is more worldwide. And
Yep.
I know you said that you said that you set up everything here, correct, for the Live Hoon page.
Oh yes, and
Yeah.
because I know there both area for the film
mm,
industry in the US and Japan,
right.
and a little bit I feel the gap for,
Mm,
and it's a very famous website in the US,
mm,
and except Japan,
mm,
and the Asian filmmaker know is a generally everything is know this IMDb
right.
very
Right.
important for the this website. That is
Mm,
why is in general a production maker, yeah, this site, but there
mm,
nobody know that. That is why I explain to the producer. I write down everything
right.
uh, in the alive film. They're
Mm,
very important for
right.
everyone. Before the watch choice the movie,
Mm,
everyone watch this one is a
mm,
late, and the theater, and everyone check this website before
right.
the choice the movie, right?
Mm. Yeah, and with these sites, like a lot of people, like I know of it, and I look it up sometimes if I'm trying to find out like different projects that somebody's worked on, or movies. If I like a movie a lot, then they'll generally have a related movie that maybe you'll like this movie too. Kind of like how Netflix does
Mm,
when you watch something really cool, like when Squid Games came out. Then there was a
mm,
bunch of other shows that were like Squid Games before, and then now these are popular shows because they're related to. And with the ratings too, I don't I see the ratings, but for me, uh, I personally don't rely on them because everybody has different tastes, and
mm-hmm,
I like Alivehoon a lot because number one, I'm a professional drifter, and I'm watching it as a professional drifter, and I can know that everything there is real. There's no CG.
mm,
There's no there's nothing like I watch Initial D, the anime, and
mm,
kind of like Hachiroku is beating GTR and Toge. It's kind of it can happen, but Tsuchiya-san driving Hachiroku and new guy
mm,
driving GTR, but it's kind of fantasy. So but it's anime, but anime not compared to real movies. So for me, if somebody say, "Oh, the movie is not good because it didn't have CG or cars blowing up," that's not my style. I like real movies. So for me, my feeling is the ratings help a little bit, but it's the person heart or the person watching. It's going to really determine if they like, because it could be maybe 2 out of 10, 2 stars out of 10. But for me, it's 10 out of 10 for production and cinematography. So with the shooting the movie and everything, what was the most challenging part for the shooting of for you, for Alivehoon? What was the most challenging portion of the film?
Yeah, and at first for the and is basically I will use a camera car, big camera, and a little bit different style, original style. But when I test, I put the camera for the real and drift car. I put the drift car, and I rider with holding the camera in the side seat, and I found impossible to operate the camera while the ride in the car.
Yeah.
There is do you know the Jimbo equipment for the
I've seen the gyro kind of keeps it
gyro,
level. Yeah.
Yes, this one is too not to it's not enough to very hard gravity or something. That is why very this point, and we can change all everything. Yes, and I cannot operate. I can use a camera car, and that is why is a at that time very I think so for a long time. How can I shoot it? Yes, and we change the plan for the small camera GoPro. That is we cannot operate. That is why we can put the camera, a lot of the camera on the car, and for example, one camera for face left side, and I put go straight. Next one for put the camera right side, and in the back side, and a little bit more higher, and behind the driver, and I put the for insert for the hand and the foot action. Yeah, I was so many and so many camera body on the car, inside the car, and so hard to think. I can image for the
Okay, so you've been you say your age is 50, so you've been doing handling video gear for a long time, and so it's pretty cool for you that you've seen the progression of cinematography and the going from film to digital and things like that. And while now digital, I have a few buddies that do private film private films and things like that, and one of the things they'll say is like, yeah, we don't have film anymore, but now the problem is we have too much space for digital, so now you can record so much, and now when you get to the editing part, you have all this data, and you have to take all these sim chips, and hopefully one chip doesn't get corrupt and stuff like that. So how was the process of taking all of the daily if you could tell me, when you do a daily session, do you save all that data for every day, or is it at the end you compile everything to one?
Oh, okay. It's
yeah.
And so it's not normal, but in general is I take a take for each shot, and the actor director check all footage. That is we put there a lot of camera, and that is why we don't have a time to check everything.
Right.
Yeah, that is why director one camera, two camera check, and we have to move on.
Right.
Yeah, that is why, and before director finished the edit, I I couldn't image all. This
Yeah.
is not, it's not normal.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but very surprised because yes, we very uh, is happy to work with the top laser.
Mm.
So different. For the, is that we put the lens for so wide. GoPro
Mm.
is so wide.
Right.
That's why it maybe 5 feet, 10 feet is too far.
Right.
It's very not not active for the angle, but there is a 3 feet, 4 feet. Yes, very difficult, right?
Right. Right.
That is why if there is not top racer in this movie, very Hood is no good.
Mm.
Yeah, but is we so lucky for I can we can work with the top racer
Mm.
Nakamura-san,
Right. Right.
Kuboka-san, Yokoi-san.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah, because
very.
they can do. They're really precision driving, so maybe they do the movement you want to do. They do in one take. They don't need 10 times to do one take. So I
Mm,
can imagine it wasn't. And then even with the crash, the
mm,
crashing scene like that
mm.
that even takes skill to crash properly for the
Yeah.
camera. Yeah.
Mm,
So I when I watching I can see I watching a movie, but I think because I even though I make YouTube video and I make
mm,
DVDs before, but I'm not professional. I'm not your level, but it's setting up things when you record something and you want to get the car coming into the scene, out the scene,
mm,
and for them to do it like to crash. So if they can only crash the car one time,
mm,
then so if he crashed the car too far in the back, then it's not going to get the good scene. And also
mm,
when Nakamura crashed the car, you have to crash that spot
mm.
and then go down to the tire, and that happens real life. I've crashed there before, and yeah, so really good. Yeah, I can see right here he's talking about the wall and where he should hit the
Mm.
wall, and he have to practice hitting a
Yes.
spot right there. So yeah.
Is this job is a stuntman.
Mm. Mm.
Yes,
Mm. Mm.
he can do it
Yeah,
for.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, how brave he
Uh,
is.
uh,
Yes, it's a, yeah, it's a, it's a general. He don't like to the crash for
height,
by himself.
height.
It's so hard. Yes,
So,
it's
yeah,
stuntman job.
yeah. It was so technically like all of the so there's like not so there's like for the drifting. I know you said that you didn't really have experience with the. So is that true? You didn't have like a lot of experience with shooting car stuff before this movie, or did you do?
It's a I no, it's a I filmed the car commercial.
Oh,
A lot of car commercial.
mm,
Toyota, Honda, Subaru, everything is a Nissan too,
height.
but so different.
Oh, no drifting, only
Not
driving.
drifting for the, yes, with a very safety.
uh,
We have to uh follow the rule for the
height.
Japan,
Mm,
and less than 50 kilometer.
height.
Yes, very safety for don't touch a camera.
Right.
Don't have to clean the make the camera make a car too. Yes,
Mm,
so difference for.
height.
Yes.
And then drifting is so high impact, high loud sound, very high height. So even these scenes, you can't exit drive. There's no way to slow drift. You can't slow drift. Have to be high height, only
Mm.
high height, full speed. So
Yes.
yeah, it was. So for me, I think I'm biased in my rating. I give the movie 10 out of 10 because number one, the movie there was not anything that's unrealistic, even with the progression of the team struggling, and
Mm.
I don't want to give too much of the movie away because a lot of people haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to
Mm. Yeah.
say too much. But you guys can read the description on IMDb and you'll see what it's about. But that's real life, when you get it to a certain point and you're getting older and money is not running out, and it happens. And so me being a professional driver, I'm doing my first professional event, and in August will be the first time in 6 years I've driven, because I have to stop drifting to save money for my business.
Okay.
And it's hard to grow a business and compete at the same time, because that money, if I use the money for event and
Okay.
I don't win, then I just wait. I lose Gojumon,
Okay.
Rokujumon for 1 month, and customers. So I had to be disciplined to not. It's hard to watch even when I watch a movie. When I watch a movie, I know it's good because my heart rate getting fast,
Oh.
and I wanna drift. So for me, if I didn't feel I want to drift, then it's not a good movie. Because I've seen many drift movies and really fast they speed up the. You could tell they're driving slow, but they speed up 150%.
Yep.
And I noticed times in the movie for the impact that there's a little bit of speed up, but not all the time, like 100%.
Okay.
So it was good to see. So I've seen all of the drift movies, all of the drift, and they all film at Toge course at Ibisu. So it's kind of cool that you use Ibisu too.
Yeah.
But the so
so much.
I maybe you can or can't say, but I think there's a possibility for a sequel of Alivehoon. Possible or no?
Oh, could you say that again?
Is there going to be part 2?
Part 2. I mean, it's dependent. I'm not sure. I met the director Ten-san
はい
and Takahiro-san, Nakamura-san is Nakamura for the Alivehoon owner. I met yesterday. Yes, I talked about a little bit. Next one for in the no, I can't say.
はいはいわかりましたわかりましたわかりました
I think yes is I hope so. Yes.
Yeah, I just again it's as a creator, even though like you say you're doing cinematography, then Tensan is director, and many people, but everybody there, it's all you giving time from your life to make the movie. So you want even when I make a YouTube video that's 5 minutes, and YouTube has changed because it's before I used to get a good amount of views, but they changed the algorithm, so it's really hard. If you don't have over 200,000 subscribers, your good work is pushed down to the bottom.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of videos that they're not good, and they get 2 million views because they have 500,000 subscribers, and they doing things that are not like. For me, I'm very serious when it comes to car work, so I don't really joking when I'm showing engine building and. But other people they'll do like they'll blow up an engine, they'll do destructive damage to the car, and then people want to see, so they watch that. So but for my YouTube is like you're traveling always and working, so for my kids I want to show them like what their father do, and same thing for your kids. They can watch your video and your movie, so it's very good.
Yeah, it's this summer we start to show in the Asia area, right? And maybe work with North America or anywhere in the Europe. And I'm looking forward to checking for their reaction from the Asia, from the North America. I think it's a little bit gap between Japan and as a place. That is why very waiting for their good reaction from. Yes, either I don't have a knowledge enough for car and the drift car, but there is I've heard for this they are lot lover, drift lover in the world, in Russia or in Australia. Yeah, that is why. So I'm waiting for the good reaction.
I can say already. That's why I contact you. I contact Tansan, and I already know Sumika we already Tomodachi for a long time. Nakamura, we know each other, but we're not close Tomodachi. Yeah. And then also there's because the name of my business is Pinku Style, Pinku Style, and Nakamura was part of a team called Team Burst. Then they break up, and then he start kind of in style, and then his Miki, they had pink style. So there was conflict. Like after my business start, then people they know Nakamura more popular, so they thought I take names. So we clear that up. There's no problem. But we just he's in Osaka area and everything. But I will see him more when I start competing again. But the yeah, so we don't. But I know everybody in. I was telling my wife, oh Daigo Kawabata-san, Yokoi. I know everybody there. Even the mechanics and the background. I know all those guys. So it was like everybody there is D1 driver, FD driver. So I was like, it was cool to see all my Tomodachi's backgrounds, Padak, Kazuya-san, and all those guys. So it was nice to see that. Then, all right, one thing I want to ask is, for the obviously people will see it was a D1 event there. That was like a fully staged mock, like all the D1 drivers come there to Fukushima for like maybe 1 day, 2 days, or how many days were you shooting?
Yes, it's I forgot how many days. Well, it's only 1 day.
1 day.
Two or three. Yes, I forgot. Yes, exactly 4. 2 or 3. Yes.
Yeah, because it was like a full
short time.
Yeah.
But,
I see it was a full, like I was telling my wife, like that's a full D1 setup. They do the starting gate, all the body flags, all of the pitting, everything is like real event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
so I have to explain to the making a film for we have to separate for the shoot. For example, for the today is only inside for the actor.
Hi.
Yes, and the next day for the in the pit. Next one for the commentator. Yeah, we have to separate. But Tsuchiya-san, pretend watching.
Yeah, that's why I see the shot. The shot was this way. I could see. Yeah. Because it was never like behind judge looking out. Yeah. So
that is making a film is a very interesting for it. Yeah. Then next day for the Yokoi-san coming, and we have to shoot from the outside, and I put the camera inside for in the hand and the foot action for the Yokoi-san. Yeah, like that. We have to separate each day by day. Yes, we have to different style.
Hi.
Yeah.
So overall, like if you, I'm not sure if you can say how this, but when you from first start day to wrapping day, how many days?
It's about month.
1 month.
1 month.
Zenbu everything.
Yes, 1 month. Is not 2 months. It's 130 day for 30 between 40 days, 35 years. So today is drama scene. Today is a car scene, like that.
So were you as a part of being Alivehoon, and then like the same, it kind of released around the same time, because Top Gun, of course, I watched Top Gun 3 times already. Yeah. And I want to definitely go see Alivehoon again before it's finished in theaters. We're trying to work a schedule, and my wife was so Alivehoon. If you can explain a little bit, because they're with films, people assume when it's on a big screen that it's major backing, like Warner Brother or really big. So like Alivehoon is kind of considered in America, I think, was an indie kind of film, or is it bigger than indie?
I think it's close to the indie film.
Right.
Yeah, because we make a film, we start to look for the buyer or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what it is called. Yeah, but it's the buyer. Yeah, that is say is close to the independent film.
Right. So and I don't want to say, because being a business here, I don't like when people make my business seem smaller, but indie is not. People don't understand, like indie films, like the guys who don't know a lot about film. I know a little bit. In indie films sometimes launch people into the bigger, like again, the bigger Miramax and all those bigger studios. I think honestly the indie films today are better than some movies. Like my personal opinion, I think a lot of with the technology, the red camera, and the different equipment, so you can make a higher quality, like Alivehoon, high quality. You can make a high quality movie for half the cost of old days when film and big cameras and then IMAX and all that stuff is different. So in your opinion, do you think technology has made it better or easier? Worse or better for filming and movie making?
Yeah, so we can. Yeah, easier, not easier, but we can choice. Yeah, we can we a lot of choice for we can the film. We can choose a film and the digital, small camera, big camera. Yeah, any kind of either drone too. Yeah, that is why it's not easy. I think it's not easy, but we can. It's very important how to choose which one is for each story. Yeah. We choose a small camera, cheap, but it's basically in the we don't like shoot for the small camera. And as cinematographer, yeah, that is why before we decide to how to shoot is a little bit and so nervous for and I don't know how control for the 8 camera for good quality and as cinematographer is that's part is very this I have responsibility for the quality that is what and I didn't have a guarantee. So for the director Tensan have a lot of knowledge in the camera department too. That he can operate better than me too, and he's so brave. He can go close to the car by himself, and very good support. He edit everything. By himself. Everyone.
Wow.
For 1 year.
Yeah.
So he's a master in for me too. Yes, because he carry all of the career for feature film. Yeah, and the music video. Yes, he opened music video by himself too. Yeah, that is why good supporter, but he's very master of making a film. Yeah, and I'm very happy to work with him. Yes.
It's good to be able to to understand because that way he can talk to if it's just a director who doesn't know film shots and scenes and things like that, and it's to be able to talk to you and say can we shoot like this and different things. So it is really good. And we've been talking Tensan and you had contacted me on Facebook at the same time, so we were talking at the same time, and it's really really cool. And once he seen that I had a shop here and everything, and we were going back and forth. So again, I got the posters. I actually did a giveaway, and I gave 3 posters away to some people in America. So the I think it's going to be received well in America because again, I know what people like to watch, and everybody. It's one of the things where I think Japanese don't understand how cool the cars and drifting and everything in Japan people want to do. So for me, I came to Japan about 14, 15 years ago, and it was kind of like a dream to be here. And now I've been here 14, 15 years, and it was first thing I watched was a video option back in the day, Tsuchiya. It was DVD, so there was no YouTube, no internet. So we would watch the VHS tape, and then I was like, I want to go to Japan. And so now I've driven, Maze, Fukushima, Bobara. I've been to all of the circuits, and it's pretty cool. But I'm just by default, Americans and everybody outside of Japan are going to consume the movie because it's from Japan. So even if it's good or bad, it's just they're gonna watch. So with that, again, I've been kind of talking to various organizations, American wise, to try to see if they can get the movie in certain places. I know it's not as easy as asking, and it's a big business behind that. What is your thoughts? Because I'm glad it, for example, Top Gun. I'm glad Top Gun didn't go to streaming, to Netflix and HBO Max, because that movie needs to be on a big screen. Like, it can't be on a small screen. Even if you have a home studio, it's not the same feeling. So for Alivehoon, I'm glad it came out on big screen because I got to see it on big screen. But what is your opinion for streaming services and movies going straight from, straight to streaming now, not DVD, straight to streaming? What is your opinion on that?
Yeah. So I don't. It's a business for. I didn't touch for the business, but if I don't know, I didn't talk about this issue with a producer, and at first we have to show this movie in the theater after the COVID, because while is a COVID, everyone we change. Is a Netflix coming, Disney Plus coming, and is 2 years ago, everyone we don't need to go to the theater. We can watch everything in the house. So after the COVID and the Top Gun coming, Alivehoon coming, these two movie for everyone understand for I found that again for we can enjoy go to the with friend family to the good movie in the theater. We share the feeling for with the audience watching same time, same image for same movie. That is a little bit while Wakabi. We didn't forget it. That feeling. Yeah, is a Top Gun, Alivehoon make us to find it again. My opinion. Yes.
I agree. I agree. Yes. I agree with that because I seen I went to Aeon Shimoda. I watched 3 times, and the last time I sat and also I watch a lot of movies growing up. I sit in different positions. So the first time I watch, I sit at the top in the middle, and then the second time I watch, I sit like middle row. Then the last time I watch, I sit second row middle. So it feels like I have the whole movie theater to myself because there was nobody first 2 rows. And the only thing, it was so big, I have to look left and right because I'm too close to the screen. So maybe too close is not good, but maybe middle is best. I think not too far away because it changed the feeling. And also because I do driving simulation too, it kind of, you feel like you're in the scene when you're inside the driving cockpit with Nakamura, Yokoi, Kawabata, and Daigo. When you're inside I think that on the big screen, it translates better, the emotion, the speed, and so I believe so. And then to have Alivehoon launched, it was the June 10th. It was the June 10th when it came. So, and Top Gun was already, so it was to have your ratings alongside Top Gun, even though Top Gun is crazy, they're just so many billions of dollars. Yes. And but still to have Alivehoon mentioned there and to be in the same box office at the same time, I think is very cool. And to be mentioned there and everything. So
yeah, I think it's a destiny. Or I didn't think it's not lucky to close to the Top Gun. Yeah, was a two film. It find us to how important to go to the theater. And that's why very destiny for destiny for Top Gun too.
And I also think too with both movies, even though I watched a movie no subtitle, I understand a little bit of Japanese, but I watched growing up. Before a subtitle. I used to watch a lot of Japanese things, no subtitle, but you can even though you don't understand the language fully, you can still feel the character and the emotion. So, for example, in America, I'm not sure if you're into anime or watch, but I don't like dub. I don't like dub version. I like only subtitles. If no subtitles, then daijibu, nothing. I don't like American voice on Japanese actor, or if you're watching a movie with when I growing up, we were watching something called Kung Fu Theater. So it was Chinese actors but American speaking. So I didn't know when I was young why the lip sync. Yeah, I didn't understand. Then I was like, oh, because they're speaking Chinese and it's American person speaking on top.
Oh, okay.
So I prefer to have no subtitle, and then again I'll watch the movie again with the subtitle version once that comes out. And still, even though I couldn't understand, I could still feel the movie. And I think it is very important, like you said, to get in a movie theater with other people. Even though in Japan it's kind of different because you can have a full movie theater and it's quiet. In America,
yes,
yeah, that's
popcorn.
Yeah. And I worked in a movie theater for 4 years. I was a usher, and I worked in it. We get to watch the movie the night before, like Fast and the Furious came out. We were watching, kind of secret. You can't tell people, but the night before the movie we can watch for free. So we get to see free movies and things like that. And it was so I kind of wanted to see Top Gun in America to see the feeling, but there was in really cool scenes there was quiet, or funny scene quiet, so it's just the same thing. So, yeah. So in your experience, so when you're in America, how is the movie, like, do you go to the movie theaters in America and view film, or is it you're just busy on your own projects? When you're like not working and not filming, do you visit the movie theaters? Do you go watch movies in America, or?
Oh yes, of course. Yes, I feel the gap every time and I go to the theater for watch for everyone eating popcorn in the after leave there. Everyone's so dirty. Yeah. So, but he's someone shout or
clapping,
everything so different for that is why. And after, so before they open, we go to the studio to watch their with attention, invite in the people to watch there, but is nobody nobody clapping because Japanese after they're very calm. That is why I start every time I behind them I start to clapping and everyone like, clapping.
Everybody look there, like so
like a sakura or
hi. Yeah, so everybody, it's kind of, but it's the same thing because I train martial arts. And it's the same thing when you watch martial arts. Where I've been in an event and it's very quiet, and then when you do a submission or something, then it's cheering and then quiet. So the martial arts is the same way. Pride is, I'm not sure if you heard of Pride, but Pride was a really big fighting organization. But one thing fighters would say, when you fight in America, it's really loud and people throwing beer but when in Japan, it's quiet. So it's kind of a lot of fighters feed off of the crowd's noise. So if you're winning the fight, it's more cheering, or they're saying USA or Brazil or whatever. But in Japan, quiet.
Yes.
Nothing. So yeah, it's kind of it's cool to see both things. And for you being a cinematographer and other things involved in filming. I would imagine when you can you watch a movie without scrutinizing like the angles, or because you do this professional, is it hard for you to watch a movie to enjoy with no thoughts? Can you do?
Yeah, it's basically so is what he said to me. So I'm watching for the another movie in my house, and I have I have to check in the cinematography first.
Hi.
But it's this movie I go to this lot of time for in theater, right? But I enjoy watching by or movie,
Mm.
and for audience, I mm, I don't need to check. Very feel I feel something for
Mm.
it's like a attraction.
はい。
It's it's not movie for
はいはい。
I feel I ride the attraction in the park. Yeah,
うん。
like that. I feel same feeling.
うん。
Mm.
So it's kind of similar to like I guess the correlation is like when there's a fighter jet pilot or a pilot that flies on an airplane.
Hmm.
It's like everybody in the cockpit don't know that you're a cinematographer or a pilot or a fighter, or
Mm.
even when I watching the movie. When I watching the movie, it was we went in early part of the day, so there was like the later show was more people. They said it was gonna be more people there, so it was like maybe 20 people because it was really early, and plus it was during the week, so everybody's working.
Mm.
So me and my wife and my oldest son go,
Mm.
and when I go in there, I'm watching a movie, but nobody there know I'm professional drifter.
Mm.
They don't know I am professional shop owner, and also
Mm.
I start my life. The reason why this movie is good to me too, my life in cars start from Gran Turismo 1.
Mm.
So I started getting into cars by Gran Turismo. So
Mm.
it's real that a lot of people go from simulation to real cars now, and so that wasn't that can happen. It's happened already. Guys go from gaming to being champion. So
Mm.
it's very real. It's very so
Yeah.
it's not like it can
Mm.
if it can't happen, then I can understand people like it's fantasy, but no,
Mm.
it's very real. So but kind of going back to what I was saying, to be a professional in something and then you go watch. For me, I personally I don't go to track and watch drifting because um, I can't my style and my the way I live my life. I'm not a watching person. So if I riding dirt bikes or drifting, I have to drive. The watching is making me wanna do.
Mm.
But for movie it's different because you're entertaining.
Mm.
But still, when I sitting there watching the movie, again I say I know it's a good movie because I want to go drift. And then I watching the movie. Then I watching the movie. I looking at drift angle. I looking at the tire angle. I looking at different things than nobody else in that movie theater. They're just watching a movie.
Mm.
So for me, I'm looking at
Mm.
the entry speed or the apex. So
Mm.
and my foot. My wife see my feet. My feet is doing
Mm.
acceleration.
Mm.
So yeah, so and I then when he's drifting, I kind of turn my head like
Mm.
this because you go a certain way when you start drifting. But yeah, it's really for me to you a really good movie, and I really think it's gonna be not think I know it's gonna be popular in America, Europe, Australia. So I'm very excited for others to see the movie, and I have many messages from people. When is it gonna be Netflix, Hulu? So like go minasai, mate kudasai. After yeah, so it's like I can't I don't know too much, and then also
Mm.
I understand for the business part of it.
Mm.
There's still I think Singapore Warner Brothers is gonna be coming out what 28th. I think
Yeah, I play Singapore August 10. I'm
oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so I
yeah.
know there's going to be more stuff there. Then, yeah. So, and then one thing and it's cool. I think is good for the production team, movies. One thing I see as a content creator, I will be honest. A long time ago when internet came out, I'm 39, so I was alive for internet starting,
Mm.
and I remember when there was one site called BearShare and was the site they got sued by um uh, I can't remember Napster. Maybe
Mm.
you remember Napster
Yeah.
for downloading MP3. So when that was technology came out, everybody was downloading like because I can download for free, but the quality is really bad.
Oh,
So
okay.
as a content creator, like I don't download anything. Like I used to download movies a long time ago because I want to watch like old
Mm.
movie like Demolition Man or RoboCop
Oh, okay.
because there was no Netflix, there was no YouTube. Now you can go YouTube and put Top Gun. And
Mm.
my wife, we watched Top Gun Maverick, and then she wanted to see part one. So after the same day, we watched twice. and
Ah.
then I go YouTube after kids sleep, and then it was like
Mm.
$2,
Mm.
and then
Oh, really?
yeah, you can rent from YouTube $2 HD. Then you just you press play, and then it takes from your credit card, and then you watch. So
Mm.
now you don't need to go Blockbuster anymore. You don't have to go to so it's easy to watch now. So, and being a content creator, and I have things stolen before. I don't like the feeling
Mm.
now. It's too easy for people to record the film screen, and it's not good. So yeah,
Mm.
so
Mm. Yes.
yeah, so Ben, so what's your opinion on the
Ah.
technology?
Mm.
Do you is it something that's really like? I mean, I know you don't like because it's like it's your. Oh, you can talk about it. I don't want to say for you. So
Mm.
how is your opinion on now the access of people being able to download, and
Mm.
how do you like, don't like, or how's that?
Yeah, it's yeah. Basically, I don't like it,
Mm.
but because I uh, make an idea, new idea for uh, each project,
Mm.
and we have to respect for creator
Hi.
each project.
Mm.
Yeah, and for protect our industry,
Mm.
film industry,
Hi.
and but these technology is coming, and I know that this topic, but these yeah, I know the gap watching the movie between theater and the monitor,
Hi.
and the Japanese younger people. I know the younger Japanese people watching movie not normal speed.
Mm.
And some people for watching the twice the speed, 1.25 speed to watching the movie.
Mm.
Yeah,
The
that is
speed.
why.
That's I never hear. It's really Honto. They really
Yeah, yeah,
watching
yeah.
to
Yes,
make.
because we can understand the drama, but we don't. They don't have a time. That is why.
Soko Soko.
Why it's so so. Uh, I don't like it, but
Mm.
I would like them to feel more atmosphere in the pose, in the silence, and but the yes, I've heard that topic. Not everyone,
Oh
but
yeah,
is
yeah. I never hear before. First time I hear today. I didn't know they doing like they watching, because that's true. Because if you look at the for my YouTube channel,
mm,
you can look. It's now so much data you can see. So my channel is 99% male,
oh,
no female. Then my age watcher is between I think 23 and 51 years old is my.
okay.
So a lot of the YouTube people who have 1 million, 2 million is they watch
Mm,
kids,
mm,
12-year-old to 20. So they have more time to watch video, and then their content is kind
mm,
of childish. Like my when you watch my YouTube is I'm drifting or racing, or I'm explaining like I'm building an engine or really technical stuff. So 13-year-old kid doesn't want to watch
mm,
because I don't have like explosion, or I'm not being really funny
mm,
person. So, but my YouTube again, the numbers are low, but the marketing is high. So I get a lot of customers from YouTube
mm,
or videos. So for me, I don't need a 1 million subscriber, because
mm,
I still can make money from YouTube by putting, if I show suspension or engine part, and then people, oh, Hoshi, good part, and then they buy part. So for me, I get customer from all over the world by YouTube, so it works really good. So so social media again. You're older person. I'm 39. I think our look on social media is different because we don't need like, or people, young people have to be like button, or they need high level. But I tell my wife,
mm,
it's not social media important, but it's not important. I think more
mm,
important is like we talking now, is meeting people, and
mm.
new network and everything. So yeah. So I think so. When did you start using Facebook?
When is
Yeah.
Facebook for 13 years ago?
Mm.
Yeah, 12, yeah,
Oh, 12
right
years
that.
ago.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's before they go to the US.
Oh, hunter.
Yes, it's this one is a very it's a for example the business in the
Mm.
is a and the co-worker film industry people, director, producer in the
Hi.
film industry. Uh, I show where
Mm.
I'm in Japan or US.
Hi.
Yes, and I will explain to where I am
Mm.
just now. For the some people who find my topic in the Japan. Oh, is a I found for the he called me
Mm.
for next job. That
Mm.
is why
Hi.
in the for business for
Hi.
yes in the I show where I am.
Mm. And this,
Yeah,
social
yeah,
media,
social media. Yes.
has it made the process of has it made the process like social media to include like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Zoom, like
Mm.
we're on Zoom right now, which is a
Yeah.
great tool,
Mm.
and Skype. Has
I
it
designed to in Japan.
right,
Yeah.
has it made organization or meetings easier, or is it about the same than before social media? If like
Yes, so easier
Honto?
for
Mm.
so very helpful for us
Mm.
because and I back and forth
Hey.
between Japan and every each project I before shooting the 2 weeks
Mm.
before 2 weeks I have to meeting in person
Hey.
the 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't need go back to Japan to have a one meeting
Mm.
and we can nobody check
Hey.
and yeah that is why very very
Mm.
helpful for me to go to the US back and forth. Yes, when I go to the US and mm, I I thought I couldn't work anymore in Japan.
Mm.
Just now for the social media line, Zoom,
Mm.
and make me to help to can get the job both area.
Hey.
Mm.
Then
That is why
yeah.
it doesn't matter where to work.
Mm. So
Uh,
I was wondering that for the film industry, it's cool that it does that.
mm,
Same thing for music. Like a little bit about myself. I make I have like a whole production system studio right to the left of me. I have like
mm,
keyboards, and so
mm,
making so for me, I started and play instrument, play trumpet, and then I got
mm,
into music making around 2000. And so all my my videos are I do the graphics, I do the video editing, video shooting, music. So
mm,
everything I do one person. So it's nice because I don't have to talk to a producer for can I borrow music? I make my own music. So
mm,
it's nice to do that. But the cool thing about the again social media is, for example, for music is very easy now because a lot of the
mm.
artists, collaboration.
Yes.
So now they never same studio no more. Some people doing song from like their own home studio, then they go to
Mm,
Dropbox, they put it there, and then they send to from Germany to California, and then they
mm,
edit, and then it's going to be mixed then in New York. So now everything is so easy. So they don't have to go same studio, to
mm,
be with the same artist. Now it's easier. So it seems music and film is definitely help, but some places like when you have to talk face to face, like it's kind of I think it's kind of changed business a little bit because some meetings for like big money,
mhm,
they want to be face to face because
mm,
they want to see feeling or they want to see body language, and you can't really feel through Zoom sometimes.
yes.
So
Mm,
it's but I for me technology is great, and
yeah.
my business, for example, like my phone,
Mm,
my whole business
mm,
is in my phone. Like I can go to Dropbox and see my invoice. I can see my tax information,
mm,
and then if I lose this phone, no problem. I just go
mm.
Dropbox and no, it's back on Google Share
Okay.
Drive and everything. So
Yes.
it's really
Mhm.
easy. So
Yeah. It's good. Yeah, that's I explained to you. And the one is a sound. Sound too is a
oh
is a record for the and some sound in the Boston, in the composer and the director in Japan, and the play instrument player in the Boston,
あ、本当。
and the record the drum sound for in the LA. Yeah, next time that you check credit for the end
あ、はい、いや
credit.
いやいや、
Yes,
yeah.
is a record connection to the LA, Boston, Japan, and I watching for their sound department, but he's a drummer. Drum and checking the zoom is a technology we can record from there. It's easier for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sound
yeah, yeah.
after the record. Yeah, bring data to the Japan. Yeah, that is why I will hear the drum in the movie
はい。
for he drummer. He's a famous for the he is a drummer of the Lady Gaga too.
Oh, hi. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely, because I even that's the same, because music too. So I'm what I make again. My style of music is hip hop
Mm,
bass, and
mm,
we have it's called I use a machine called Akai MPC.
mm,
So MPC when it was made was not for hip hop. It was a drum machine or a sampler. So my style of music is sample. I take the sound, and like it's not remix, but I make my own music from it. So when I li- when I listen watching a movie, the soundtrack is very good too because it's good sounds and my ear I can't even if I go to Kokoichi, I go Kokoichi to eat dinner with my wife. When
mm-hmm.
I hear
Okay.
sounds, I can't. I always making music in my head. Already
Mm,
I'm making. Oh, I can take that. I can take that drum, or I can take the violin or a piano, and I can make this. So always creating. So even with movie, video, everything like that, it's hard for me because I can't just listen.
mm,
Only listen. Like I'm also listening and creating at the same time. So I
mm,
think it's I think you definitely understand being cinematography and creating and everything. I think content creators are just I think we're different than consumer because the only consuming you don't understand like for the shot. Like one thing when I watch in a movie, I can see different scenes. Like so, can you explain like so GoPro for people who don't know GoPro is a very good camera with natural light, but when you start doing night um, dark light or artificial light,
mm-hmm.
you could see the pixels and the.
Mm.
So was it hard sometime, or did you have to trash a lot of GoPro footage because maybe too dark, or
Mm-hmm.
was that problem?
Yeah, it's a little bit a nice thing. Yeah, it's a very nice thing for the GoPro,
Hi,
and another camera for a little bit is unfortunately little bit noisy
hi.
for, but it's a more I think I thought is a more but is a we that is a nice thing for is in general for the there is not nice thing in the direct car race, right?
Mm,
But is a we writing and me and the writing director requests in the production to make a nice scene
mm,
final
hi.
because they're more dramatic
Mm,
and I put the light
hi,
in the car.
hi. Yeah, I like that.
Yes, in
Yeah.
the is a Naoki-san, Yokoi-san said little bit is a we put the light mean little bit hard
Hi.
for them to drive the car. Of course, with the diffraction coming.
Hi.
Yeah, that is why
Mm.
little bit hard.
Oh no, I know. I was watching that scene, and again, I don't want
Mm,
to say too much, but it's in in the trailer. People can see,
mm,
but
yes.
I can say, yeah, it's difficult because
Mm,
the people who you will watch the movie, you'll see the layout they did for the track, and
yeah.
the lights can because you're looking at the track and you want to see
Mm,
apex, but it's dark,
mm,
so you can't see the ground, and
mm,
also the light can reflect off of the windshield, and then
mm,
two cars side by side, then his light
mm.
is going inside his car,
Oh, yeah.
and it can make hard to judge distance.
Mm,
So yeah, I was like that was very good. Again, I'm a really good drifter, pro level, but the I could tell it was difficult for them to drive that, and they did really well. And then for the cinematography crew, the dealing with the low light of the GoPro, then like I say, if you didn't put the lights in the car, then you can't see, you can't record anything. So and there was one part, and again, it's I know like the the 30 frame per second, 60 frame per second, and then the different ratios. I can see where there was one part. It was a really quick, but it was like I could see where it looked like the video was kind of scaled up a little bit, and then and you mentioned noise. For people who don't understand, noise is kind of like and it's I'm talking to like it's kind of not pixelation, but kind of so definitely
this one is a little bit my work fault. We have to check out every footage for 8 camera, 10 camera for, and if you have a time, a little bit check, and we had to make a solution a little bit. Yes. Next time too.
But still, but that's because I edit videos, so I know if I put 1080p 60 frame per second, and then I put it into a 4K, it comes from like 4K is like this big, and you put a 1080p, then it goes like this, then you got to scale it up. And it's cool because a lot of times now is great because everybody's watching on the cell phone. So because the cell phone makes the video go down, it makes the resolution look good. But then if you put it on like a big screen, you understand. So I'm more so talking to people who don't know, but you put it on a big screen 4K 65-inch TV, then it blows up, and then now you can see pixel and everything. So but that's only. But I think nobody else there they didn't. Because unless they're cinematographer, then they can understand frame rates and parts. And again, I really like in the movie that there was only small parts where it was kind of sped up, but it was cool. It was a cool effect. It wasn't like when he was drifting in the docks with the chaser. That was all real time. I could see that was all. Nothing was sped up, and nothing was. That I really like how it was real speed and. And even camera, one thing about camera, and I even when I record, camera doesn't show true speed. It doesn't show how fast. Like when you're filming, the driver goes by that fast, but on the camera it looks a little slow. So, yeah. So I think
real speed. Yes, is a we have never request. Slow down.
Impossible.
More cars, more clothes.
Yeah.
Like that. Yes.
Impossible. Yeah. So you got that. So go. Those are.
Okay, is a last one for the for before shooting in the we know for a lot of for the drift rubber, drift fan in the world. Yeah, that is why from the beginning for I know is that this movie is go to the in the world. That's why I make I know the gap between the US and Japan in the color palette or something. Yes, that is why I make a lighting for more colorful. It's more American movie, and a little bit different for Japan, and that is why I make a lighting more colorful and for audience in the world. Yeah, that is why is a camera work is a more difference, but there I would like to say to you and the audience to checking a lighting and the atmosphere for the in the other scene. Yes,
that's true because I've been in Japan again. I've been in Japan since 2008. And that's true. Like when I watched the Alivehoon, I was talking to my wife. We driving home from Amori to Basawa, and I was saying even the color grading of the movie was kind of like American style. Like the colors were more of the cars are more vivid. And she was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "If I watch a Japanese movie here in Japan, it's color, but the color is little dull, like a little not impactful." So I was saying, yeah, when you see the colors of the drift car, they really made the color. If you see the again, it's because I make videos. When I do my videos, I add some more saturation so they could see the green grass or blue water, because if your GoPro is really dull by default, but if you add the contrast, then people go, oh, that looks like really green grass or really green. The car color is yellow, not dull yellow, but really. So I think that's really good. So yeah, it was again very very well done. And for the American audience, I think again they're gonna really enjoy it because it's the American style and things like that. And one thing, Tenson, I'm following his Facebook, and I didn't understand when he said it. Then I was like, oh, it makes sense. He was saying that the Japanese were who watched it were giving low rating because they didn't explain about the main character. You say they're in a. If you watch movies, they have about the character a little bit like backstory. So it kind of got right into he's working at the junkyard or the secondhand car store, and he's playing games, but it didn't say how he came to live with his uncle. And I like how Tenson was like, we don't have to really explain the backstory. This right now, and that right there is more realistic, because if we start a movie about your life or something, it's going to start from that period. It's not going to really go back 10 years unless they show kid and then teenager. Then so I like how it showed. For me, it wasn't confusing because I'm like, all right, he's gaming, but why is he gaming? Then he's very shy and things like that. So I think some people wanted to know what happened to parents, or why is he so shy, and why did he start doing video gaming? Too many questions, and now it's going to make the movie 4 hours long. So, do you agree? Yeah. Is that common in Japan? Too much explaining in movie, or is it new style in Japan film?
Yes, it's a Tencent thing too. Or we have to show the only Japanese audience is a audience in the world. That is why. Is a language is difference, but if you don't understand Japanese or dialogue with Japanese, but we have to make this movie for enjoy watching people in the world. Yeah, that is a very important thing. Some don't like to explain too much with the dialogue. That is why we, from the beginning, we will show all audience in the world, lighting, dialogue, more simple. Yes, in the for audience in the world. That is why more dialogues. It's a very little. Yeah, the story is simple. We need a active image too. Yes.
So that's for the people who haven't seen the movie yet out there. Definitely more. I can tell you, I liked it because it was more action part than talking. So that's a lot of times the balance in a lot of movies is too much action, no backstory, or too much backstory. Like for example, if you watch what's one good example? For example, Walking Dead, the TV show, when it was like, right action start, and then for me, 2 seasons ago, I lose interest because it's begin now is not really zombie anymore. It's like the people fighting each other. So it started getting the same. They win, and then new enemy, then new enemy. So I was really liking Walking Dead first maybe 5 season, and then after that, kind of I don't watch the last 2 seasons. No interest,
Mm.
and
Okay.
so it's a balance between how much action and then how much
Mm.
backstory, and then they start doing each character life. They start going back to how
Mm.
before the apocalypse and
Mm.
everything. As far as anime, for guys who watch anime, Bleach is a very popular Japanese anime. But when I
Mhm.
first watched Bleach, I didn't watch because the first episode was like kind of seemed like kids, and then
Mhm.
after 10 episodes, then it get serious. Then it changed to like more dark. Then
Okay.
after that, I start really liking because it's like, oh, it's more, it levels up. So I think the hardest part of anything is trying to get the person watching to stay until they get more engagement, and that's why Alivehoon did well, because you didn't have a ton of time, 5 hours to make a movie. You
Mm.
you have to get everything there. So I think for me personal, I it was good for me. It was not too slow, not too fast. It was good. Then
Mm.
training, then talking, then training, and then
Mm.
because I don't understand Japanese, but I know what they're saying. They're saying, "Hey, you got to do this," or it was one part of the movie where he said, "Oh, kawaii, kawaii," and
Mm.
I was telling my wife, I kind of hit her. I was like, because I was talking to people, and it happens a lot. Simulation driver, really, really good, but when they get
Mm.
into real car and they
Mm.
feel the speed and they hear the noise and vibration, they always
Mm.
kawaii every time. Oh,
Mm.
kawaii, hayai,
Mm.
or smell is too much gas smell.
Mm.
So and then also atsui, cho atsui, inside kuruma is cho hot when
Mm.
driving. So in playing simulation at home, you're sitting home, air conditioned, so it's not real feeling. So I like that part of the movie that they showed that he's scared of, oh, now I can crash car
Mm.
now, not like game when you crash reset.
Mm.
In real life, no reset.
Mm.
So I think really, really good, really good, really good.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a balance is so great
Hi,
to between for car action and the drama.
hi.
Yes, in the Tensan so excellent for to edit too.
Mm.
Mm. Yes,
So
it's
for
good.
so for and I don't want to keep you too much longer. For your cinematography, your only job is just to, are you just this running the camera, or is it, do you do other job? Then is this
Yeah, it's a basically for is a little bit is a there is a gap for between DP and the cameraman
hi
in US in Japan.
hi
It's in the US basically for the big budget for DP mean director of photography
hi
mean for uh, don't need to operate the camera,
mm
just watching. And so many camera is that this camera is to put the camera here, another camera for here,
mm
and I make a lighting for this way. It's like a make an atmosphere, and can't operate the camera in the DP job
hi
in US.
hi
In Japan, it's like a cameraman. It's a very operate the camera, no lighting. It's a lighting lighting director make a lighting.
mm
A little bit is a system is a
hi
difference, but I work both area. That
mm
is why it doesn't matter. Sometimes is there, and
mm
this time for the so many camera. That is why at first, and five camera, six camera outside, and I put there a few GoPro on the street.
mm.
Yeah, and
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
next take for change
Mm
everything take away. I put the camera a lot of the inside and from the top,
mm
from the in front. Next take for take off the every camera to put their forward is a behind the car. We put a lot of,
hi
yeah. It's like a little bit in the organize the stuff and organize indicate where to put the camera and I request Tensan to more dangerous zone
mm
like that. Yes, in the organized for the staff or maybe 10 camera is and I operate camera too.
mm. So
Yes.
how many camera did you, how many
I,
cameras were broken
It's about 10
10.
for
That's not bad.
10.
That's not bad.
Not bad, but we estimate for it only first thing every camera is broken down. We
Yeah.
can shoot for
Hi.
anymore.
Hi.
Yeah, that is why. And I request the producer Seki-san to add another camera too. Yes, because it's in the most important shot for the put the corner,
Mm.
and his car is go go over.
Hi.
This shot for I put the camera each shot,
Mm.
but each is and I little bit each take we change a place
Mm.
for a little bit. It's like a 5 inch or
Hi.
something.
Hi. Hi.
It's a very I ask Naoki-san, but yeah, next one is a little bit this way, next one is a little bit this way, but the hit to the center.
Hi.
The camera is in the go away.
Yeah.
Yes, in the I ask the camera assistant. We put the camera here, right? But
Mm.
it's there is a camera. Where to the camera for? And everyone in the 20 people, 20 staff in the look for the camera
Oh,
for
hi.
the few
Yeah,
times.
yeah. That's so. I'm showing the video now. So actually, what you're talking about is so. This is my I'm not sure if you see any of my videos, but I try to rewind it back. But the I make this shot right here. I did. Can you see the video?
Oh, okay.
So I did this 2000, maybe 2012, 2000. No, maybe 2011, 2010. So I did this video, that shot.
Wow.
I do that one shot.
You did earlier than me than us.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So I that's what 10 I was showing the video. So like so I did that shot, and what happened, first time I did it, because and the reason why, again, working with Nakamura and all those guys was really good is because, like, you can they probably say, hey, put the camera. Did you talk to Nakamura and they ask you, where should I put camera? Because on a Manami jump, right here is MSP, my local track. So I put the camera in the center of the line, and I know I can drive that line 10 times out of 10 times because I practice there a lot. So, but if I mess up, and my front wheel will roll over the camera, so I know I have to be center. So I was kind of nervous. And so first shot, I go over camera. Then I did it. I tried to do a new one about maybe 5 years ago, and I ran the camera over, and I lost the camera. So the wheel hit the camera, and it went like somewhere I never find. And I was like, man, yeah, and this, yeah.
Only one time I hit the camera is we found the camera for 10 minutes, but the data is gone. The card
came out.
The card is very small.
Hi.
Yeah, that is why everyone is fall down there on the street. We are looking. We looked for the only card.
So
very small for
so
on the
the card came out.
Yeah, came out for the shock.
That's crazy. Like, that's normally like the lens is broken, but the data card is always staying there. But yeah, it's like a perfect hit, and the data card pops out. And sometimes what happens, even if the data card comes out while recording, it's going to be corrupt data anyway, so you can't really save it. But yeah, so this was my one of my old D1 car back 2000. I want to say 2010, and so I was looking for it because at that time everybody was doing intros for Facebook, YouTube. So the After Effects I added is I just changed.
After Effects so great too.
I did that like 1 year ago.
You did it?
Yeah.
You did it by yourself?
Yeah, because it just it was kind of just that was my opening scene for like about maybe 5 years, and then I added the extra effects to make it like cooler and everything. But it's so that track. I think I showed you some videos too of like when I do the editing and I drive the car and everything, because I only have one camera. So I had many, older cameras, and then I had I lose them or I break them or whatever. So when I go to MSP and I do the like, for example, I'll pull up this video right here. This is one of my customer cars. So I do all the editing and all that stuff. So I only had one camera, so I had to. I used that one camera, then I got to set it up and then go here and then pick it up and then come do the shot multiple times and everything. So it's just and it's quicker because I don't have to take one camera. I only have to edit one time. I don't have to have like 5 different cameras and things. So this was just me. So even come out the garage, I got to come out the garage, and then
great.
I don't. It's just me. So then I get out the car, turn the camera around, and then same man. I don't have to explain to you how it works. So that's all like one camera. Then I have to go there, come back, change camera, do it again. So yeah,
only one camera.
One camera. So I try to message GoPro like, hey, maybe we can do partner, but I don't.
You can join our team next time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So they got the so that stuff is for me. I like the driving part, and then the editing is like the editing is almost as fun as the driving because like you're showing the I think I showed you this video just kind of so the guys that are who are new to the channel, like I've been doing I've been pretty much documenting my whole racing career because cameras became like the high eight videotape was when I first came out, and that was difficult because you had to hook up the camera to the computer and then you had to record and make digital. Now it's all digital. It's no more tape, so it's so easy. So that one was more so was I had somebody was following me there and everything, so that wasn't really no, that's not the video. That was just a follow. I had a chase car follow me, and that was actually 2012 and then 2022. Same driver in the other car. So we just do that in the test. I think it was try to show another one. I just want to show you the guys who were. Wow. Yeah, so we got I do a lot of videos. We got all that stuff there. And, but
I like your After Effects too.
Honto.
Yeah. It's like it's anime too, right? Anime taste for you can put the anime taste.
Yeah, the with this stuff is it a lot of the like I don't make I buy the certain effects, and I don't like to buy too many effects because it kind of there's like too many people using the same effect, so it doesn't really work. So I select which ones I want to use. Like this is I was testing the car before I just got this car.
Helmet or something.
Yeah. So I just got this car, and some people don't want it. They just want to hear they don't want to hear music. They just want to hear engine sound. So I call it raw drift session. So yeah. So this was this one camera, and I just setting the camera so one shot, one camera all around the track. So I drift one lap, then I take the camera, put it here, drift one lap. So I kind of get practice and filming at the same time, so I don't keep stopping. So I just pick the camera up on a tripod and drive around in the car and put it down. And then I keep driving. So I've been here since 2008, and it's kind of cool. Like now, now it's just the gyro inside the camera is really good, so it doesn't move around too much, but you kind of still can see the camera moves around like the bump there and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's technology is very cool, and it's allowing people to make different videos and different things. So it's there. So do you watch YouTube at all? Like, not much.
Not much, yes.
Yeah. So
but it's before the check few footage, but I have never checked this one too.
Yeah. So it's just one showing one. So that's my favorite part of the track. I like because it's easy to get out and reposition the camera, and so I just get out. I do one lap. I pick up the camera, move it there, almost hit the camera, then I just keep moving it around and different things. So it's pretty cool. But again, I do it for fun. I'm not professional, but it's
good.
Yeah,
great too.
Technology.
And I know that put the camera, operate the camera, is a dangerous zone for the outside.
Hi. Then like you said on the GoPro, fortunately the GoPro, it's wide. So if you I didn't want to put it too close to the track and then break the camera and end the day, so then I move it back. But then the shot is I don't want to zoom in the final, so I was like, oh, I wish I would have moved it 10 feet forward, and it would be more closer shot. So that's the only thing I don't like about the GoPro is that it's fixed, and sometimes I make a mistake and I'll press 60 frames a second or 30 frames or 25, 29.97. Yeah, so yeah, it was and the cool thing here is I have the whole track to myself, so I can go all directions and do different things. So it's just, and this shot I had to do it
very close.
6 times I had to I drift and then I turn the camera, then I drift back this way and turn the camera. So then Kawashi-san, who was Masanori Kawashi, won the D1 champion 2000. Yeah, so he was like, oh, you need to have film crew. I'm like, daijoubu, I don't have Okane for film crew, so just me and then one camera and that's
one camera.
Yeah,
wow.
but soon I think I'm gonna get maybe I try to get there's some people here who do film and video, and I'll try to for B-roll, so that way they can stand outside and I don't have to change the one camera, because also panning shot I think is better looking if you got the car coming down and then sweeping versus being a fixed. The fixed target, I think it shows like it sometimes can make slow drivers look fast. So as you see right here, I pull up to the side, then I get out, pick up the camera, move and everything. So yeah, it's pretty cool to do that. Yeah.
Camera department. Yeah. You have to join our team next time.
Yeah. Oh, anytime. Like I told Tensun, like, I'm glad to meet you, and I already knew Sumika and everything, and it was, for me, it was cool to see the movie again, because I'm like, oh, Tomodachi. Then credits, I see my friend Shane Bingham, and all the names I know, everybody in the movie I meet before. All the drivers, because we're same thing, but the it's I'm the only Kokujin pro drifter in Japan, though, only one. So only one. There's other gaijin, but I'm the only Kokujin. So other Kokujin drifter here, but they don't do D1 and Formula Drift and stuff like that. So and then finally Koshi-san, like do you since you filmed a movie, Alivehoon, have you had any interest of like learning to drift or driving car, or no?
No. It's basically for and I feel how dangerous it is before shooting, but I focus on for the put the camera.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of time to ride there in the car, Sumika-san and Nakamura-san. Right. But basically I request another people to put the camera.
Right.
Put the people.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah. That I mean, for me, one of the most exhilarating parts of the movie was the toge scene. And like I say, again, before I met you, because that's why I looked up your name, because it's weird for my when I look at movie credits now, the director, okay, is cool, but when I hear good music, good score, I'm looking like, who's the composer of that music, or who's the cinematographer. That's why I find your name off I look at the
okay.
Yeah, so I messaged, and then I was shocked that you messaged back so quickly. So because the cinematography and the placement of the cameras can make or break the movie. And the toge scene, when he was he was drifting in the lead, we call it the lead wheel. He was going around a part where there was like there was these little bricks, and the camera was right there, and the tire was like right there. It's like if he goes this far, he's gonna run the camera over or crash the car. So it was really cool to show how close he getting.
Yeah, I have to explain to you. It's not my job for Nick-san and Nakamura-san. Is a fantastic. I put the camera. Is a go bye. See you 5 minutes for safe drive like that.
So I'd seen the cameras. They were all around the car. Then I see Sumika she was getting
Yeah,
close.
very so
Yeah,
close.
yeah. Then there was GTR had like a little bumper damage for Daijubu.
Yes.
But the
You
yeah,
know, it's a yeah only one time is a crash for the but it's a relief.
mm,
It's a little bit so dangerous to the
hi,
okay mean for the it's one mistake for the more
mm,
big accidents,
hi,
but
hi, hi.
they are so professional for
Mm,
the how brave
yeah.
they are, and yes, I respect them too. There is not them is this movie is very
Mm. See,
not
see,
good
a
good
lot
movie.
of CG and stunt driver. So and
Yes.
stunt driver and drifter, they're like not the their stunt driver is really good at controlling the car, but they can drift
Mm,
a little bit, maybe little slide, but to
mm,
continue that you have to have real drifters. So that was good. Kind of like I look back at Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
okay.
These are all American and Japanese driver, like real.
Mm,
So when he drifting up the parking garage, no
mm-hmm,
CG, real. It was Samuel Hubernet. He
mm,
was a Formula Drift champion, and he drifting. Oh no, Reese Millen, Australian American, and he drifting up, all the way up. So one shot.
mm,
So it's really good to, and it's really, I like that movies are including real drivers versus trying to get stunt driver to act like drifter. It's two different.
mm,
So to have Nakamura champion, Sumika champion, and Daigo champion, Kawabata
mm,
champion driver
mm,
makes really good. So they
mm.
probably, maybe you will say they made your job easy because they didn't have to do many takes. Like
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So
But is unfortunate. I have never watched
though.
and except Champion.
Mm, mm.
That is is I at first I watch for the drifts in the four
Hi,
top place,
hi.
only top place. That
Hi.
is why really big problem for the how dangerous
Mm,
understand and while we are shooting how dangerous it is for we don't understand. But
hi.
after the shooting, and that is a miracle. Everything
Yeah.
miracle, miracle driving.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's why I said only 10 cameras. That's really good. Only 10 cameras
Mm,
to, because a lot of people don't realize, like they lose, like action films is expensive cameras get broken all the
mm,
time, get in a shot,
mm,
motorcycle driving by, or,
mm,
airplane stuff like, again, Top Gun, like they had it was, maybe you've seen the behind the scenes where they show like the pilot, they had to control the IMAX camera.
mm,
So that maybe was very nervous for the cinematography and director, because if they don't press the button to turn on the camera, then they don't get the scene. Then it costs a lot of money to fly the airplane. So if
mm.
they don't, and they said somebody maybe, I forgot the name. And I do, you double tap, so you press record and you press record
Oh
again.
yes, it's actual how it's
Yeah.
how to record the camera,
Hi,
right?
hi.
By themselves.
So you, and I forgot the technical term for that, when because I did it before. I press record, then I
Mhm.
don't see light, then I press record again. I'm like, I double tap record,
Uh,
yeah. So and that sucks, and I hate losing really cool shot and I didn't turn the
mm.
camera on, or like it happens so many
Yeah,
times.
yeah. Sometimes a GoPro is happen. Is
Yeah,
on my stage two for
yeah.
eight camera. The only one camera is not record for the yeah a little bit. Oh my God!
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause
we have to shoot one more again for
yeah.
yeah because it's a not professional
Mm,
camera.
mm.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Hi. So it's
I
like
can't help it.
double. So it was two. So
Mm,
I was listening for the two beeps, and then you press it, and it's like the four, like the
mm,
beep 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 beep.
mm,
And one time I make a mistake and I press. Unfortunately,
mm,
on GoPro, when you press double, then it
mm,
switches from. For people who don't
mm,
know, it switched from camera
mm,
to
mm,
burst image. So I
mm.
got back and I had 5,000 images. I'm like, I didn't want. So if you want to make like an image video, time lapse. So
Mm.
I had about 5,000 videos. I'm like, I don't. I wanted video,
Yeah,
not.
same thing.
Yeah, yeah. There's no
Is
sound.
that more hard,
Yeah,
more hard to check for everything.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
time lapse too. Yes.
mm.
Mm.
But Coach Son, it's been good to talk to you again. I don't want to take up
Thanks
too
so
much
much
time,
for,
and I have to go down to my garage and build engines for GTRs and things like that, but yeah, just very very happy to talk to you, and
I enjoy
yeah.
talking with you, and yes, thank you so much for and finding our movie for
Oh yeah.
it's like you did promotion for
Mm.
our movie. Thanks
Yeah,
so much.
it's good. It's again no problem for that, and you know, with the current social media, one of the biggest things I like social media for promotion of business and making
Mm,
new contacts, like meeting Tensun and everybody else
mm,
I met. But now,
mm,
uh, every kind of social media making where people don't want to really talk to you. Like for example, my podcast. This is going to be episode number 148, and it's not like a lot of viewers, but enough people watch. But if you don't have 2 million subscriber or 3 million subscriber, they're like,
mm.
Daijibu, I don't want to. It don't seem important. But
Mm.
thank you again. Thank you for your time
Thank you so
in
much. So every
Tansun.
time, the next time for the, I wanna talk with
Oh, hi,
Sumika-san
hi.
too. Or yes,
Mm,
I have a few topics with her
mm.
too. Yes.
Yeah, then she can speak ego, but she's shy. She just being, she
I think she can.
yeah.
She can speak. Thank you for the patient. My English too
Yeah, no,
for.
大丈夫。It's my the watashi no nihongo benkyou is it's not going like it's I studying it now because my kids,
Mm,
my all my kids speak in Japanese, of course, because they go to the
mm.
hoiken and school.
Yes.
So now they cho
You
talk.
have you speak English or
Well,
Japanese?
I speak. My wife, she don't want me to. I'm learning, so she like to kids. She want me to speak English only because
Okay.
they're speaking full Japanese, but you know, the English
Outside.
they're starting to do that. So my wife speaks English,
Mm,
and so we communicate.
good.
And you know, for me though, I gotta I'm studying more because now my business is getting bigger,
Mm,
and to have like meetings, like for example, if I want to talk to Tomei or to my she helping, but I know for business, if it's Japanese man to man, if
mm,
my wife is
mm,
talking, then it's
mm,
kind of really
mm,
they don't take him serious because his wife is talking for him. Then
mm,
she can't. Sometimes she translation too is she making
mm,
my words softer
mm.
or it's not good for business. So yeah, I study more, but my Japanese is more around like car
Mm.
stuff. But yeah, so
Yeah, I know understand for
yeah.
how hard
Mm.
in the you work foreign country.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
me too. Yeah, yeah, that is why.
very very. That's why I respect you because you're in Japanese in America. So
Mm,
not only doing your job, then you have to learn American customs and certain things,
mm,
different things, and yeah. So it's very yeah. I'm the only. There's one other guy starting a business now. He's my buddy in Okinawa, but for since 2016, I'm
16.
the only American real business. Like I pay tax, I have business ID,
Mm,
so I'm the only American like performance shop. So it's very and in my 6 years open, only have 4 Japanese customers,
okay.
four
Mm,
because
wow. Mm,
some Japanese state this the system is in Japanese performance shop is very slow compared
mm-hmm.
to American style. Like so, to do an engine overhaul, I can do engine overhaul 1 month. Like you know, engine out, inspection, order parts, then put back in tuning, then Jane finish.
Mm,
Japanese shop is not bad, but it's a more slow process. And
okay.
also Japanese shops when it comes to performance, customers pay everything almost at the end. From American
Okay. Oh
style,
yeah.
yeah, American style
Pay first.
for parts, Shaka percent have to pay first,
Mm-hmm.
and then for wage, if it's over, say, let's say, for example, if the job is over Gojuman,
Mm,
then have to be half because that 1 month I have to use that money to operate, and
mm,
then after finish, other half of money plus any balance. So that's American style, and I run my company
mm,
like I'm in Japan company, but I run the American style. So Japanese customer after they see that the work is good, but they don't want to.
mm,
It's they need the slow process because
mm,
they have to saving money, And
Yeah.
I'm talking for performance. Performance shop prices are higher than regular shops because we're doing more power and more bigger engine and bigger turbo, so it's not cheap. Yeah, so
Yeah, feel the gap. Yes, and when I go to the US, the back and forth in the for two, it's like a for each 2 weeks. So and at first I feel the gap when I go to the US, but recently I feel the gap when I go back to Japan because I go to the convenience store,
はいはいはい。
to change the how to pay.
はい。
I don't know the how to pay this like
yeah, yeah,
it's how to make a line, for example.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, so
That.
they're changing every
Mm,
time for in Japan, the US too. I feel the gap.
yeah.
Yes,
For one,
yes.
it was funny because I went to Atlanta last year to do a drifting event. I just fly
Mm,
there for 4 days, and when I go there, like I've been in Japan for literally 15 years, almost 14,
mm,
15 years. So
mm.
for example, when you go to the convenience store, the I was used to putting the money on the account. Like in Japan, they had they have the money. You go to Lawson's and you put the money into the dish, and then they pick up. And
Yes.
so in America, you put the money into the hand, and
Mm,
also in America, when you buy like a basket full of stuff, you take out and put on the counter. In
mm.
Japan, they was like, "Oh, daijoubu dame, don't do that." So this put here, then we would take out. So it's and then I have military base. So when I go on the base, it's like
Ah,
being in America. And then when
mm.
I come off base to go to Lawson's, right off the gate, I'm in Japan again. So I go to America like almost every day when I go to base. When I go to base to pick up money or whatever. So it's kind of cool to see different things. And when I went to America, I bought battery. Then I gave I'm used to sen yen. Sen yen is
Mm.
$10 for people who are watching. $10 sen yen's $10. So the battery was about maybe $4, and I gave her $1, and
Mm.
she said $1 like Nani, why I it's $4. So I thought it was sen yen. I gave $1. She's like, oh, $1. I need more $3. So yeah, then
Wow.
so I'm Coco Jin, but I become Japanese. Like my mannerisms and
Mm.
it's crazy how you become not trying to be Japanese, but I've been here so long that I just get used to Japanese style. Of course, taking off shoes is always natural now.
Mm.
Even like
You
when
take with the shoes in
hi
house?
hi. My it was my house Japanese style and everything, so
Yeah,
same
that's
way. And
great.
then when I go to Lawson's hashi, they always say, oh, fork or hashi onegashimasu. And they
Yes.
shock
Wow,
he
great.
so so it's easier to eat food with hashi than it is with a fork.
Mhm.
So I like hashi, and I don't so really Japanese style. And then strange, I don't like to hang around a lot of gaijin. I
Mm.
don't like it's strange, right? Yeah. When I don't like to hang around a lot of Americans because Japanese who don't know me, they think, oh, other same gaijin. Me, I'm not really loud person until have to be really loud, but I'm a very quiet person. And many Americans who are here 2 years for a military tour
Mm.
they feel like Japan is a playground. Like, oh, I want to go to Tokyo, Shinjuku, same stuff.
Mm.
I don't hang out. I don't like Tokyo. I don't like Shinjuku because too
Mm.
many foreigners.
Very crowd.
Yeah, too many, and plus Iraq stuff. I was telling I don't want to really talk about, but like the Abe son.
Mm.
I make a video about that because it really that happened really bothered me
Mm.
because I don't like crowd area. And I was saying when I
Mm.
watch video, I can see that person already before they show who it is because
Mm.
military training. Then I was
Mm.
saying Japan is very safe, so I was saying
Mm.
already for Abe-san, it shouldn't
Sorry.
it shouldn't be anybody behind where he's speaking. For
Mm-hmm.
security in America,
Yeah.
can't be nobody walking behind
Mm.
his back.
Is it nobody watch?
Hi,
Only one person there.
hi.
Yeah.
Then Abe-san back is here. Many people walking, riding bike, and I was already saying dame danger. My training, military training. So yeah, it really I'm really sorry to. I'm not. I don't want to. I'm not political. People saying, oh, he did. I don't care about politics. He was killed by somebody that I don't. Yeah, I don't go man. I don't want to talk about that too much, but
It's okay.
it just really bothered me because
It's a big news.
yeah, really big news, and also for me, military stuff. It make my mind think about when I go to Nabuta Festival or Tanabata. I can't. My wife. Oh, you can't relax because I'm watching everybody. I'm looking. I can't help because military training. So I can't enjoy Nabuta Festival. Too many people. It makes kind of
really?
not nervous, but I checking for danger. So I think if I there say for
you hear something
hi,
for in the crowd.
hi. So if I was there for like Abe, I will really see him because the person he keep looking, he keep checking, he looking watch, he keep so he looking normal person just watching Abe speaking. He kept looking, he checking for when I can do. So when I see nervous people like that, it's gonna make yeah I don't like come inside.
Yeah.
So again, Kiyo-san, thank you for the time.
He's like, please keep in touch
Hi.
yes, in the after this movie go to the US
Hi.
and I need you
Hi.
for the mission and I will contact for the film magazine or something film industry and could you give me an idea for to promotion too? Yes.
Anytime message me. Anytime message for that for business stuff and just question, and I know a lot of guys there and stuff like that. So different directors, and I have a lot of buddies there that can they've already messaged me, so they're really interested in watching the movie and promoting. So it'll once it hits America, I think I was the first gaijin with maybe movie review. I think I was because I don't see any. It's all Japanese. So I think I was the first American with reviews. So everybody was messaging me on YouTube and Instagram. Oh, when going to be America? When going to come to Germany? I'm like, mate. It's going to be soon. So I would definitely help.
One question
Hi.
is how percent of the American people to check in the IMDb for?
I would not. I don't think because. Unless they're really into movies, I don't think a lot of people honestly is by YouTube now. So IMDb was I think popular before YouTube. So now when I want to see, for example, when I want to watch something like when I watched Top Gun, or I went on there to see like the making of. So when I seen a movie, I kind of knew what to expect, and so I didn't go to IMDb for Top Gun. I went to YouTube. Me personal. So I think a lot of Americans are the same way. They want to see because IMDb you can see the pictures, the stat, and then after the movie, and then what happens? What I do if I see the actor and I like the actor, then I want to see what else they act in, and then also director. I check the director, then I check your IMDb and I see the other movies. So I want to check out other movies because you can see a long list of things you've done. And
after watching the movie, you check for the IMDb.
Yeah, okay. Most that's the way Americans do for the most part.
At the Rotten Tomato.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is actually more for games that So Rotten Tomato and Witchcom, they go there, and Reddit. Reddit is so. I think Reddit is Ichiban. And from talking to friends, Rotten Tomatoes is Nibbon, and then IMDb is Sanbon. Those three places people go to, so they want to compare the rating on Rotten Tomato to Reddit and see. So if Reddit is saying whatever, and then IMDb is saying 10 star, then so they want to see if it's all the same high number, then I'm gonna go watch. But if it's one low, one high, then maybe I'm gonna go watch. But if all all low, then they're not gonna go watch. They,
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
they wait for Netflix or something like that. So yeah, it's pretty good. So YouTube Premium, which it was kind of cool because Netflix is taking YouTube Premium, like for example, Cobra Kai, Karate Kid.
Yes.
That show is really good.
Mm.
So I was like, when I watch it, the filming, the cinematography, the directing, I was like, Netflix is going to take this from YouTube, and sure enough, the next one season on YouTube, and then Netflix buy.
Oh, that's right. That was a YouTube series,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because I
Mm.
guess YouTube series is like the lowest streaming, and
Mm-hmm.
then after that you go up and up and up. And Netflix, oh, this is sugoi,
Yes.
Hoshi. So then they
Mm.
buy from YouTube, and I told my friend, this is the cinematography, the directing, the editing. This is really high quality. So
Mm.
they pick up, and then they go to Netflix. So it's nice to see the
Mm.
progression. But then again, I think Netflix. There's a lot of stuff on Netflix that is not good. I don't watch. Like I watch it, then it's kind of it's not
So
original.
many.
It's good quality, but it's not original idea. It's not
Mm.
original thought.
Yeah.
It's kind of they making the same. Like for example, Gomen, it's good to talk to you. So the zombie,
I like a biscuit
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yes, is a
the zombie,
original one too.
yeah, zombie
Yeah.
is too much. Like I don't.
Mm.
It's too many movies now with zombie, Walking
Yeah.
Dead, and then
Yes. So
too
first
too
to cycle
high.
for
So now zombies,
after the hit for make a next three so
yeah.
first.
So now
Yeah.
zombies are running high, fast running like
Mm.
Z. I think some. So like then they got the zombies are smart, then they can talk, and is to same zombie, same, or you can't kill them. You have to kill them with fire, or you have to kill them by arrow in the head or something like that. So or you got to cut
Mm.
their head off. Then they had the samurai zombie. Then they had in Korea they had the kingdom.
Mm.
Then it was zombie too much. So it's just too much. But anyway, Koshi-san, thank you again for tuning in.
Thanks so much.
Again, everybody out there who definitely want to check out Alivehoon is definitely coming. Again, Singapore's coming up, Europe, and it's going to get out to everybody. Again, it's a business thing for you guys there who don't understand, and they want to get it out there. So it's called so it's going to be renamed in America. I think it's called Alive Drift.
Yes,
So,
I love
right.
Drake.
So
Yes.
they're going to change the name to suit that, because some people confuse the Hoon in Australia. Hoon
Yeah,
means
little
like,
bit.
yeah.
And I connect for the IMDb for Alive Drift and Alive Hoon.
Mm.
And I've heard for in the Thailand
Hi.
for King of the Drift or something. Yes.
Oh, really?
Change the name.
Really?
I put their name,
Oh.
another name in the on IMDb too.
Yeah,
It's
so-
very interesting.
So then you have to make because you have to make flyer the promotion poster. So you have to
Okay.
change name that show, or they're gonna change name for Alive Drift and King of. Are they gonna change the name on or is it gonna be a Live Hoon poster?
Yeah, I think it's a change the name,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you have to.
I can't read the for Thai character,
Hi.
the character in the Thailand. I
Yeah.
have never checked everything, but there, yes, this movie for the, yeah, yes, maybe change the name for.
Yeah.
Is it U.S. for I hope Alive Drift or something?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So a lot of stuff there. But again,
Mhm.
again, I'll share whatever. I'll share because I have my viewers are all over the world, and actually my highest percentage viewers are from Philippines. It's weird. So then Japan is second, then America is actually third for the people who watch my channel. So Filipino, I'm getting a lot of messages from Filipino Tomodachi, and they're like, oh, when gonna be? I'm like, I don't know. So it's gonna go there soon. But again, guys, check out the channel. Again, I'm gonna put Koshi-san. I'm gonna put all this stuff down into the description. IMDb for that. His page, and then the Alivehoon and the trailer and all that stuff. You guys can watch that. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and mail me at podcast@pingostar.com. And again, guys, thank you for watching the podcast. And if you have any questions or any topics, just go ahead and mail me again, podcast@pingostar.com. and I'll talk about those and things like that. So again, thank you to Koshi-san.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. It's going to be Donnie signing off from Masawa Japan, Pinku Style Podcast. See you guys later. Peace.